This is a story that has shocked the entire world. For the very first time, Israel carried out a direct strike in Doha, the capital of Qatar, a city often seen as a safe haven for Hamas leaders. Well, according to resources, several Israeli Hamas political leaders were wounded in the attack. One of them is said to be in a very critical condition. But what makes this particular strike so significant is not just the casualties. It's about the timing, it's about the location, and it is about the political message that it sends. The target was no ordinary building. It was a Hamas compound in Doha that includes offices, residents, and security posts. On Tuesday night, Israeli missiles hit the site with deadly precision. Among the 5 who were killed, there was Hammam al-Haya, the son of senior Hamas leader Khalil al-Haya, his chief of staff Jihad Labad, 3 guards, and even a Qatari security officer. The heaviest strike fell on Khalil al-Haya's villa, which, by the way, housed his private office. But here's where it gets more dramatic. At the very moment of the strike, Hamas's political bureau was in session. This meeting was taken place in the office of former Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh, who himself was assassinated in Tehran last year. The bomb tore through the parts of the building. Several were injured. Well, they survived only because they happened to be sitting at a far end of the room. In other words, this could have wiped out a big portion of Hamas's leadership just in one go. Now, question: how did Hamas know? Well, here resources say that Israeli intelligence may have tracked mobile phones to locate the meeting. Normally, Hamas leaders leave their devices outside during a closed-door sessions, but aides and guards, they are often keeping their mobiles inside the room, possibly giving away the location. And that's why many of those who were killed, they were not senior leaders, but staff and security personnel. And wait, what about the timing here? That's the real twist. This high-level Hamas meeting, it was not random. It was supposed to be followed by a discussion with Qatar's Prime Minister and their Foreign Minister, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani. And here the topic was a US brokered ceasefire plan from President Donald Trump. Hamas was expected to weigh in on negotiations to end the war in Gaza, which is why Hamas is now accusing the United States of complicity, calling the attack a US-Israeli ploy to lure its leadership into just one location. Well, some Hamas leaders had even flown in from Turkey, Egypt, or maybe other countries also for this expanded session. And that's why this particular strike is being seen as one of Israel's most daring operations outside Gaza. It sends a message. Hamas leaders, you're not safe, not even in Doha. And yet, despite the bloodshed, Hamas says the negotiations will go on. The group claims that there is a consensus to keep talking with mediators to push for 3 main goals. First goal, ending the war in Gaza. Second goal, ensuring Israel's withdrawal. And third one, securing Palestinian demands. Well, once security conditions stabilize, internal consultations will actually resume and talks could restart. This strike raises big questions. If Hamas leaders can be targeted in Qatar, will Doha remain neutral ground? Will Qatar continue to host Hamas officials while trying to mediate the peace? And perhaps the biggest question is, does this attack mean Israel is expanding its war far beyond Gaza? What happened in Doha wasn't just a missile strike. It was a signal, a message, and maybe even a turning point in this biggest conflict.